You know what? Let's start the live stream. I'm just sorting my desktop right now, having all of it right here. Why are you barking? Why? And let's see. Yeah, we want to open up Sketch. And let's see where we have left off last evening. Wow, so many desktops. Let's go. What happened? Over here, let's put it. Where am I? YouTube. Why is this so small now? Oh. Okay, there we go. Something glitched. We want to have our Trello as well open here. So we have our to-do list. Almost all these things are at the final stage to be finished. I want to open YouTube so I can see the comments of yours. Oh, I had also the idea to hide an Easter egg in the app. Nothing really special, but actually special for you guys, whoever is watching the live stream and has followed the journey of developing this app will know about this Easter egg, and everyone else who has not will not know. So this is a special Easter egg just for everyone who is watching the stream. And basically the idea is, it's stupid, but I thought it's funny. Hide an Easter egg for all the stream squad, which is you. Reveal Easter egg when you shake the phone. So at some point we want to implement a shake feature and then reveal just something. I don't know what it is yet, but yeah, something, just for you guys watching the stream. All right. That is the idea. We have the fitness app we want to start. And we also want to adjust the theme accordingly. Look at that. Huge iPhone. A little bit too huge, too large. Nathan first. Hello, mate. Nathan, are you tired? Did you just wake up? Yeah, you are the first one. You are actually the first one. Did you just wake up at 7? You know what helps when I wake up just after a power nap like today? I just slept 1.5 hours since like last night. From 7 to 8, 1 hour, and previously from 1:30 to 2 o'clock, half an hour. Because I pulled off an all-nighter just like you right now. You know what I felt? It's something later on we can improve, but here, if we are adding stuff, it's kind of unintuitive to swipe to edit. You tap in there and you kind of, I think you expect this one to be back in the view where you can do stuff about it, I think, instead of this one. Anyway, should be fine. Alright, so we finished last time this screen where we can actually set minutes and seconds and save it, and we have it here. 7 minutes 55 seconds push-ups. And I think one of the things we want to do now is look at our Trello board actually. What is left? Swipe to edit. Oh yeah, swipe to edit. That one we can implement. And oh, the type, exactly. So that's actually a huge one. Back button, validate input data as well. This one, I forgot about it. We also want to be able to say that we want to implement pause. And if you type pause, and if we say pause, that's it. We also want to specify time for pause. So I think it's fine. Oh, but we don't need name then. So we want to disable this field once the type path is chosen. Alright, we can do that. I'm watching you from my bed. Why don't you install the desktop Trello version quicker than the web version? I like this. It's a good question. I try to have as little as possible on my Mac installed, as little as possible, and also as little data as possible. For some reason, my hard drive is almost full still, nonetheless. But you know, the fuller the hard drive, the slower the PC, and that's why I like to keep it as slim as possible so that I gain the maximum of performance out of my device, and store everything, say, on an external hard drive, or I mean, the browser is open anyway all the time. So if I type Trello, I'm logged in anyway, so I have immediate access to it too. If I would have the desktop application, I would literally right now have two applications running, browser and Trello, because in the end the browser is going to be open because we will at some point use Google or whatnot. Michaela, hey Martin and Susie, hey! Susie is again raiding Pokemons with her brother and his girlfriend. But hey, welcome to the second one to join the stream alongside Nathan. Nathan actually pulled off an all-nighter. I'm not sure if you know Nathan, but he's also one of two guys I think behind Code Community. I almost said community code. Let me get the Dr. Pepper and then let's start implementing this dropdown. I wonder if there's a native dropdown. I never really used one. Swift dropdown menu. Let's make a dropdown menu Swift 4. We could use a library. Interesting. Doesn't look that nice at all. And if it's not SPM supported, then for sure not either. Wow. Error selection menu. Is there something native? No. What is that? When you choose developing material design dropdown, okay. Okay, that's a library. Got it. Oh, you know what? We can actually, instead of a dropdown, we can either do a picker or a table view to select from too. Like we tap on this button, or say here, and it opens up a new screen with the selection of two options, pause and exercise. I haven't really talked to Nathan, but I just downloaded his Insta Analytics apps. Hey, nice! And how do you like it? Because I use it every day. I like the statistics of it. And why don't you use picker view? Exactly. By the way, there is a dedicated class for time like date picker view. I know. Thank you, Nathan. I know. I have used both. And for this one here, just UI picker view was the perfect fit. We have used that right here, as you can see by the delegate conformance already here. So we have UI picker view. And yeah, we can use for the type a UI picker as well. Or we use a toggle. Does that make sense? No, what about a segmentation? I think that could work. Or is it actually a good use case? You know, to use Swift segmented control. Show me some images. This is the old view. but basically just two. Say exercise or pause. And the new iOS 13 appearance looks nicer, but it doesn't show here. It looks like this, which is nicer. So we could basically just have two, like say exercise pause. We could do that. I think that's nice. We could also do toggle where it says exercise and pause, but I think toggle kind of is the wrong choice here because it's disabled in this state for exercise and it looks like enabled for pause, so it kind of is. I think a segmented control could be something. What do you guys say? Michaela Karen, that's great. Do you like it? Loving it so far. Only have 3 days worth of data. Oh, that will come quickly. Segmented control here? Yes. Hey Martin, are your workout cells that you did in the first video, are those in a collection view? No, all table view. Everything table view based, because I thought, well, let's keep it simple. It's all table view. So no collection view whatsoever anywhere in this app. It's just a custom cell, and you can also see still the row lines. If I use a different phone, I have to hide them. That's open to be implemented as well. If we use the iPhone 5, you should be able to see them, and then you can tell. Now loading, starting, running, ad. There you go. You can see the grid. Steinsgate, save. There we go. So it's a table view with cells, and this is how it works. If we say, let's go to workout list VC, wherever we are defining the table view, I think here, row, I don't know if it's, could it be that it is footer view, table footer view? There was a trick to hide the grid, like a trick. I think it had to do with the table footer view. As soon as you assign a view, look, the grid is gone. And if we don't assign a view to the footer view, then we have a grid. There we go. So that's the trick to make this grid disappear, but I think we still have this kind of grid once we create a cell. So say, there we go. So we still have to hide this one, but this one I think belongs to the cell, which also means workout cell should be, that's my thinking, should be the one that should hide it. Row, I don't know what it has. Maybe it's like separator style. None. We have to assign that to something. I wonder. Table view selector style none or something like that. So table view. Oh, nice. Thank you, Nathan. So it's table view then as well. Table view separator style none. All right. And for the grid, use style grouped with init the table view when editing the table view. Grouped. All right. Let's save it. And there we go. And when you say right here 0 What is plain? Table whose sections present distinct groups of rows. I wonder what plain is. Maybe it's the default one. Just trying to learn new stuff. Oh, look at this. Oh, I have to remove that one to see if that's actually applying. Oh, it still works. So plain works as well. So thanks for the hint. I'm going for plain then. Sounds more verbose. Say, hey, your table view plain. Kind of like, hey, no grids, please. Okay, exercise list should do the same trick. Table view, separation style none, and frame 0 plain. Just Google table view style, you will see. But what do you mean it's gone? What do you mean with its default? See, we don't have it. And even here in the exercise list, we don't have it either. So it's working. If I go here, if I initiated style, must specify style at creation, not necessarily, obviously. So there is no, maybe there is no default style. At least it's working the way we wanted it to work. Can also delete it. Alright, let me get the Dr. Pepper. There we go. All right. Let's get to the create exercise, and let's implement after the time text field segmented control UI segmented control items. We want it says any, which means we could I wonder if we could say, if we create an enum control item case exercise case pause, if we could say this no access. Oops, wrong. So this would run, but what would it do? By the way, hello to your dog, we just heard it. Yeah, that was Peanut, Bailey, and Toki is under the bed. Because plain tail view is a default, you know, it generates the grid up to the end of the screen, even if there's no more cells. Maybe using the footer view, it changed something. No, I removed the footer view again. So I can show you, double check. So let's go to exercise list. Here, you can see I don't have the footer view. If I remove the plane and hit run, and go to our exercise, we don't see anything. Oh, what if that was enough? What if separation style is enough? One sec, if we go to add something, what happened here? Reason recognize selector sent to instance. Really? How? How is that impossible? Add should be there. It's literally there. Well, yes, if you remove separators, then no grid can be shown. I mean, if we go to workout list VC, right? And we remove the separator stuff. Let's see what this one does. There we go, we see the grid. If we say separate, so actually, what if this one, so we see the grid, separator style, none, and we see no grid anymore. I think that's all we need. And even here we see no grid. So we just need separator style none. We don't need to specify any thing on the instantiation of the table. That's good. That is good. Less code, less maintenance. Just that. I clicked add already inside a cell you clicked on. Oh, did I click add here? This is weird. Because we want to be able to, so we're adding a workout and then we're adding, there we go, an exercise. So what happened? Create exercise. What did I do wrong? I didn't change anything here except for adding this line of code and removing some. So this is workout and this is exercise. There we go, this works now. What the frick is wrong with this one? It crashes with that. Alright, maybe it's just because it cannot handle enum cases after all. But it can handle any, it's sad. If we run it like this, W for workout, tab, add, E for exercise, done. All right. Fair enough, I think. Fair enough. This takes too much space. So maybe we want to change this kind of look. Especially if you want to have this one say more than push-ups. What if you say leg raises or legs down hold, right? Legs down hold. It's breaking out. We didn't even say adjust font size to fit. Exercise cell. Oh, we actually said that. Oh yeah, but we don't specify the trailing, and therefore makes sense. Trailing equals title label trailing anchor constraints to trailing anchor constant, like so. And then also trailing, so it knows where it ends. Some long workout name. This one gets smaller, and this one is legs down hold. Now look at this, how small it is. It doesn't look nice at all. We have to change that at some point. I think we could have these stacked underneath each other, maybe. Maybe even just the same way as here. Just the same appearance, just that we have minutes and seconds instead of minutes and exercises. But I don't want to confuse, you know? I don't want to what if this one can also be super small? What if that's not that important actually to see, like how long at this point? It's more important here, definitely. Here it actually matters, so we might want to keep it. So we said seconds, so we didn't support actually minutes. That's why I was working out in terms of spacing a little bit better. We'll start from here. Still a little bit big. Okay, we can also, why is this one right to, oh, because it's 15 to the trailing and not to the container view. All right, this should work. It's getting even smaller now. Legs down, hold. There we go, super small. What is the exercise again? I cannot read. Yeah, maybe we want to have it in a whole line and then small down here. I don't know yet. We can maybe even draw inspiration by hit iOS app. High intense interval training, I think it's called. If we look at this one, it doesn't even show, you know, what exercises you're doing right now. This is when it runs, but where's the list? How would they solve it? These people. Here, for example, work, rest, repeat. They're solving it like that. That makes sense. So we don't necessarily have to say minute and seconds. We could literally just display it as like this. We could do that. Repeat 8 times, rest 10 seconds. I don't know. Kind of like this appearance, 45 seconds. I think it does make sense to have it first and the time comes afterwards for this view. For this view, however, oh, it also makes sense because more important is to know what to do next before and then afterwards. Okay, for how long? So yeah, next bicycle and then say 45 seconds. Or whatnot. It will definitely save spacing if we say this one has actually already this one. So we're saving a whole spot right there, and we can make this even smaller and put it to the right, so we have to the left. And the issue only occurs all that much on the iPhone 5, which we still support. iPhone 11. Send you a pic of table view style comparison that you see more what I mean. Huh, okay. Hey, I will have a look. I don't have my phone with me because Susie's right now raiding with my phone, but I'm curious what you mean. The job hunt, still working on it. The one application that I sent out, I got rejected from that company. They wanted someone with stronger skills in Node.js, and I just learned Node.js while I did the test, or the test project they asked me to do, and I completed it completely. Like, I implemented everything without missing out anything they asked for. So and even on top of that, a little bit more in terms of, I mean, you can see it on GitHub. I wrote a whole README how to use it, and I also applied an architecture, so it's cleaner, but that wasn't enough for them. Even though I let them know that I picked it up while I was implementing the project, showing them that I'm eager to learn things that are necessary to learn, but that wasn't enough for them. Legs down, hold. It's better, but again, we will solve that. Now, where were we? Where were we? I think we want to add it style, right? We can add it here. We can only delete here, so kind of want to implement the swipe to edit. Oh no, we want to implement the type stuff. That was it, here. This is what happens when you get distracted, or when you digress. Create exercise, we see. There we go. Segmented control, let's have a look. Setup. Are you only looking in California, or I know you were in Seattle for a while? I'm actually looking all around in different states. We're not limiting ourselves to one state only, or for one, say, area. That wouldn't be as smart, right? Because chances are lower to find something that's a match. So yeah, looking all over the place in the States. Let's see, view, segmented control. Can we add items? I'll just say items. What is that? Performs a pace operation on the responder objects. Okay. It's interesting to me. Okay, say segmented control, translate folds. Constraints to the time text field bottom. constant 15 and leading. We don't necessarily need this one to be all the way left to right, right? Oh, we could. Let's see how it looks like. Constraints to lead, safe area leading and trailing, since it has an intrinsic height already too. Trailing and as layout constraints activate, top, leading and trailing. Now let's call this class as well. Run it and have a look. Let's see how it looks like. We shouldn't see anything because we didn't specify items for it, which means there's nothing. But if we say items of type any, we say exercise pause, I think this shouldn't crash. I think this should work. So our workout, and now there we go, our exercise or pause. So this is how you might want to select it then. Can we control a little bit more its appearance? Segmented. Say tint color is custom white. Don't like Android development. Marco Luis Neves. I have never coded for Android. So I prefer obviously Swift. Swift is my favorite language. And I just know from other people, and like I don't know, I don't have my own experience. Just from the experience from other people, developing for Android is more tedious than for Swift in comparison. But yeah, again, I have never coded for Android, so we can go like this, and based on that, we will disable that field. And obviously pause will still have time. iOS devs here, I didn't ask. hey, keep it kind and friendly. Right now, and Nathan and Michaela are in the chat talking, and they're both also iOS developers. So we are all open-minded to talk, and no hate allowed. We are full of kind people. I kind of try to think whether this is what we want. Yeah, let's say segmented. Let's just go with it. It just works, right? Well, I also work on Android apps. I shipped one to Google just 2 hours ago. Positive vibes, exactly. That was perfect. That was exactly what I was looking for. Positive vibes only. Fully supported. Right, Nathan, I forgot. I think you did also the tic-tac-toe game for iOS and Android, right? Or you did it? Didn't you do it first for Android and then iOS? Or am I mistaken? Private let say, let's rename that one. If vibes 0 return minus vibes. What do you mean if vibes less than 0 return minus vibes? No. If the vibes are below 0, then return vibes plus 100%. Say type or kind. So type. I don't know how to call it. What is it? Exercise pause control. Exercise pause control. Let's call it like this. Are negatives. You take the opposite so it's positive. Alright. I see what you mean. You're inverting. I'm too stupid for this conversation. Just kidding. There was a quote from an interview from a podcast between Elon Musk and some famous YouTube podcaster who didn't understand how gravity works. So that also means we can use this like that and say label. You are a label. And set this one up to private let. Look at this. Setup. Exercise pause label. Error right here. Fixed. Right? Right. Setup. Pause label. This fails because of this one. What am I doing? The hardest part of programming, naming variables. Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes it's really, like you just witnessed me struggling with it. I also don't know what I did here with let. Concentration after 1.5 hours of sleep is obviously not on point. So add subview, exercise, pause label, false, and then say basically this is what we want for it. Exactly, and then this is what we just can do, and then 15 instead. Leading, it's fine, it should have an intrinsic height. And let's just activate it. And also for here, we have name text field, right? We have name text field that is no text field, and here we will have a look at that one, bold, the title label. That's the information we wanted. Exercise, pause label. And then we also say text type. I think we called it type, yeah. Are we calling it? We are. This one is also constrained to this, so I can try. There we go. We're just missing the exercise pause label text color custom white and a default for the segmented control, which should be, well, there, exercise control select segmented index 0 just by default. So exercise is basically what we can do is we can say int segmented control item, and we can say here segmented control item exercise raw value, which is 0 and 1 is pause. So it's kind of verbose. Verbose what we're doing. Adding, there we go, it's by default selected. Now we're using new green or new blue. It's the same, right? I could, yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't have good names for colors. That's why I use I just call it custom white. Could have been also new white. Custom is the new. So what we want to do is we want to have a target at target, because the logic is there. Mark actions, or just action. I like to say better blue or better green. There we go. Hey, I'm not the only one with random names for colors. Yeah. What else would you name them, especially if you have multiple blues? Better light blue, better blue, better darker blue, better dimmed blue. And then it's the question, if you use dimmed blue, is dimmed blue lighter or darker? Is it darker than blue, or is it darker than dark blue? Namings, not very straightforward. In my last update I named colors river, emerald, carrot, so yeah, I think it makes more sense. Does it? Well, you still might run into the issue to know which one is brighter than the other if you want to actually use a brighter color here. If you have two blues next to each other and you want to choose a brighter color, and then you say you have sea blue and you have river blue. Sea blue is your text, river blue is your description. It's like, I want the description to be brighter, but was it river blue that's brighter, or was it sea blue? Sea blue in Hawaii is super bright, but river is, you see where I'm going. So exercise, pause, action, and then we get the control of type UI segmented control in here. Now we can say control selected segmented index and say switch that one case segment control item exercise raw value, do this. Let's say return for now. Pause, do this, default, actual return. This should never take place, but we have at least these cases. Now, if we are changing it to pause, we want to populate our create exercise request. This should have kind. Of type string, actually. So I don't know whether you can save enums in SQLite just like that. We can try. But first let's go for string and then refactor maybe to enums. So we have that, and kind should be exercise by default. Description returns like so. So we could say up here, kind is segment item exercise description. That's our default. And next is when we select something here, actually what we can do is if let control item is equal segmented control item initiated by control selected index, if that works out, then we could say the exercise create exercise request dot kind is equal to control item dot description. Just that, and I think it covers all we want to do. Someone's coming home. The raid is over. Everybody collect in front of the door and please bark. Please don't, but I just say that so it seems like they're listening to me. If I would say don't bark, then hey! And did you catch?
I caught mine, but yours didn't get caught.
You didn't catch mine. Which
Blastoise.
Blastoise.
What a loser. He's only like 1300.
But you got it for you. This time. That's good. Good job. Thank you, pretty.
Here? Okay. Yeah. Oh, my back is sore now. From the massage. Huh?
So target is self. Selector is something action. This one, and for value changed. Like so. That means we can now got my pic. I can look it up. Your pic on Instagram or where? Where do I see it? Nope, I didn't get it. I don't see it. Oh, because Susie already saw it. Oh, I see what you mean, grouped. Hey, that's actually nice. I see what you mean. This grouped feature, I think I faked it in... Did I fake it in Social Down? Well, good to know. James Butler, will the full stream be uploaded afterwards? Yes. In fact, all the streams that I do are staying online and put into a playlist. So if you go on YouTube on my channel, you will see the first place that I created was my website, from scratch developing until release. All streams are online, all streams are in the playlist. This is the next new playlist where we're developing this app from scratch, from idea to design to release, everything as well. Every single line of code streamed and put into a playlist, kept online for everyone to watch. If we run it, nothing should change because we don't do anything based on the segmented control really that we can see. We're just basically changing the value in the create exercise request instance. But what we want to do is, once we are creating or hitting save, and we go in here, we want to go in there, go in the repository because we're passing just down, and in here we want to save the type, so self dot, or say kind, this request dot kind. This won't work out because we don't have kind specified. Let kind is equal expression.
What do I want?
And now I wonder if this would actually be able to say exercise segmented control item, like so. Because that would be then the type, right? If that's possible, that would be actually interesting. It should fail because we're not doing the right thing here. We're assigning a string type value. Whatever. So this should be, what if we just define the enum here? Kind. Case, exercise, case, and pause.
Don't put these in the fridge, okay? Okay, don't go.
Social downstreams are no longer available. I know. I deleted them because I didn't want to clutter my YouTube. That was
Big mistake.
that was a big mistake. Because I could have been monetized by now already since weeks. You always learn. What are group table views? Have to take raw values. Your type is not a valid one for SQL. Are you sure? Even if we say string? Did you try that? I'm curious. Create exercise request kind. Okay, it has to conform to type value. Data type, underlying type. Assigning. Interesting. Can I use SQLite Swift's codable functionality for enums? No one answers. I might go for raw value, as you say, Nathan. Of course I remember. Is it still existing? Boring Space Game is still there. No, is it actually? Proceed. It's not SSL. Yes, it still exists. It has changed. There are people online. Interesting. And all right, I just wanted to see if it still exists. Since we're not streaming that long, we're just streaming 1.5 hours, sort of, on average max. We want to squeeze the most out of it. Angel, hello everyone. Yes, good memories. I agree. That was super nice. It was super fun. Also, this other 3D game where you shoot yourself with eggs or stuff. I think that was fun too. I don't think the enum type inside create exercise request is the right place for it. I think exercise model is actually the one that should have it. Enum exercise error. We have enum kind, like kind exercise and pause, and this just says kind. Same up here, kind, self, kind. I say kind instead of type because type is already you could say type, I think. But let's see. If we say, for example, string, dot, it actually doesn't have type. That's interesting. I thought it is already a key word. Exercise, let's go in here, let's say exercise model.kind dot, actually string, right? That's what we want. And here we would go to create exercise request and then also say kind over here, but model kind raw value. Oh, has to conform to string in order to make this possible. So it has a raw value of being the same as we named it. Here we are saying kind and request dot kind, like so. This one failed as well. Say kind, and we say this one throws, does it? No, it doesn't. Actually, it does. So we could do that, and then exercise model kind should be initialized with this kind string. Wonder case kind unsupported kind string actually. Myself and must have optional type not string. Where is it optional? Then let's just do that. This should be optional. And then we can do here kind. Because this is, if we just do that, that's gonna give us a string, right? But we cannot assign a string since this is of type kind. So we have to assign kind. But if we instantiate kind based on that string, is going to be optional because it could be a string that doesn't really match exercise or pause. That's why I have to use a code let. And couldn't get list. in exercise repository. Actually, it's of exercise model. I want to say exercise repositories. That's having the table here. All right. Tony at it. It's working again.
Is he bothering you?
No, it's fine. Now here, we want to say dot exercise as a default. Build failed because of kind default value. I thought about that too, but if I do that, then I don't. I think it's harder to debug once you run this issue that you have nil, and then you say just exercise by default, and you wonder why is it exercise by default? Where is this happening, right? I would rather have an error thrown, and then see, because it should not happen in runtime, because we really are storing just from kind and getting from kind. So kind of it should be type safe, but if in case it's not working out, we have in our console at least our repository throwing an error saying unsupported kind. So when we look into, so we know where it's thrown, and we go into the repository, we see, oh, unsupported kind, what does kind mean if we have forgotten about it, and we will quickly see, oh, there is something called kind that is used there, and then it will be easy to connect the dots from there, I think. That was my reasoning why I went for throw instead of the default value. So that one is gonna be exercise model kind instead. Like so. Oh, into expected string. Oh yeah. Well then. I wonder control selected segmented index. Title for segment. Here we go. Title for segment, control selected segmented index. That's the title. Now we can use the title to instantiate the exercise model kind. Holy, that's... Is it optional? God damn it. Like so. And then we can just say control item. That works. This prevents errors. You mean the default value prevents errors? Blueberries.
You're welcome.
Thank you, pretty. We should be able to save the type. But we cannot see it once it's saved. What we could do is we could go to exercise What am I doing? Stop that. That's fine. To the list, and whenever we are building our cell right here, we can also print model kind, just to see what we get. So we see it actually worked out. What we are going to do is we are going to create an exercise of type exercise, and we're going to create an exercise of type pause, which actually is not an exercise, but let's go, let's say X, save. What do we have here? Cannot save it. Show model, couldn't save workout, please reach out to developer. Okay, table exercise has now column named kind and it's alright. So let's go to our repository, and when we are creating that column, we forgot about kind. There we go. Workout, save, create a new exercise, X, save. Exercise. Let's create pause. Switch to pause, save. It says exercise. Why? Exercise, exercise. Alright. For both. Let's debug why this is. So we have a default value of exercise. What if this one is never called for value changed? So what we can do is we can just say we are putting a breakpoint here and just switching this one. Okay, it's actually going in there. It's skipping this one, so it cannot instantiate based on that because this is string with capital and this is not working out with capital. That means what we want to do is title lowercase, like so, and I think that should solve it for us. We have our workout, we have our exercise, saves exercise, and we have our pause, switch to pause, saves our pause. And now when we go in here, we have always exercise and pause, exercise and pause. Perfect. Weirdly enough, this one just, I see. It is sticking right next to it. I wonder why this is stretching and not that one. Why this is stronger. How? The question is whether we want to solve that or whether we want to re-implement the cell anyway for the other look we wanted to go for. That's better. Tony, goddammit.
Is Tony too loud?
No, but I had my leg here and I was moving away my leg so Tony would have space, but then he decided to go where my new position of my leg is. I was like, okay, I'm moving them back here, and then he again decided to go somewhere else. God damn it. Okay. So let's think. We want how do we want to display it instead? This one. Instead of... I kind of like this look still. Why are we alone minutes? How does this app actually solve it? Intervals. If I go to this one, it has it underneath and it only says seconds. If I create a new one, I added it. I can also say minutes. Okay, it will just tell the amount like that. Like this. If you can see it. Is it sharpening? It's not sharpening. So basically, you see the pink down below. It says 2 minutes 45 seconds. So it's solving it underneath. It's solving it underneath, which we can do too. This one is bigger, and this which can stay. This one could be smaller. Both of it. These views. Okay. Hup. Let's see. Oh, and then we also have to implement the pause, which is different as well. It will not look like this anymore. Okay. Designing stuff is not that easy. Should be well paid. Now that we are rethinking that view. A little bit like this. It doesn't look as nice as this one, especially with this space on the right. So much space. What if we say it will look this like this? Design is always difficult. Yes, right? It's just so small. I want this to be on the same baseline, this one. Sorta. I don't quite like it. I don't necessarily like it. What is that sound? Oh, that's Tony, the vacuumer. Vacuumer robot. And hey, Rage Master. Didn't say hey before. So how do we solve this thing? I like that sound, to be honest. Are you sure about that? What if we don't put this one in the middle, but in the top right corner? No. Top left corner, and then this one starts from here. Oh, neither. Doesn't look good like this. Okay. What if we remove that one, duplicate that one, and just have a look how this would look? Could be hours and minutes, could be minutes and seconds, no one knows. Not a good solution either. God damn it. This was so nice, but it's not that feasible because we need minutes as well. We need minutes and seconds. One sec. What is 900? Ooh. Divided by 60. It's 16 minutes. So I wonder if anyone would do one thing, like push-ups, to like 16, like more than 16 minutes. Because I can also just display seconds here, up to 999, and stick to that design. 22 hours of bicycle. Yeah, exactly. It's the new world record. Didn't you hear of it? You like this one better? Okay.
Is that okay?
Of
Like
course.
that one?
You get always one what you want. Hey Martin, do you know of a good package or library that can create pie charts? No, but maybe Nathan knows because he has digged into data or how to display statistics. Karen charts, there you go. Charts. Just charts. Michaela, Karen. Just charts. God damn it. I thought of alternatively say 999 and how do you say it should fit? Outer width, not outer width.
What are you having trouble with?
Designing something new right now because I don't like how minutes and seconds are displayed at the moment. I don't know how to change it.
You mean logistically, like the programming?
No,
Or
no.
are you talking about the design?
Design. How I should display it, not how I implement the design, but basically what design to go for. Huh. I mean, we literally couldn't go like this. Say, I can't find a good tutorial for the pie charts part of it, rather than just the bar graph.
I don't know why you need to go back to the app.
So,
Could you create like a card where there's like on the top like the actual exercise name? You know what I mean?
on top,
Like a header and then the time on the bottom?
inside this one here, inside the cell. This is the current design, but it doesn't consider minutes, so I have to change it so it considers minutes. Right, where it says bicycle, right? And if it considers minutes as well, we have less space for the actual exercise name.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I thought about putting minute
Why
and
don't you
seconds
have something
underneath.
like this, a card with the actual exercise name on top in caps? So bicycles
Mm-hmm.
in caps and the time on the bottom.
Oh, so that's the whole card?
So it's there's a header which says
Yeah,
exercise
so it's
name,
two
and the bottom
sections.
is the time. It's kind of messy right now anyways. Where it has like, but then you have the minutes, the seconds, and then right next to it you have the bicycle thing.
So
And then I'll have a countdown too, right?
the countdown is displayed on a different screen.
This is just the overview.
This is just the overview, yeah.
So when they click on it, they see the overview of what's going on. So they know all the exercises ahead of time.
Yes, exactly, before they hit start.
And then your countdown will already have like sound.
Yeah, the actual view is this one. It will be super huge in time, how many seconds to do.
Just make bicycle capitalized. I don't know.
Let's see. Bicycle. Am I writing bicycle wrong?
Yeah. Oh, this is your sketch right now.
It's sketch, yes.
Right then say, oh, you made a lot of progress.
I mean, we have all the screens done instead. Like this one is the one that we need to redesign,
Yeah.
and then we are moving to the last screen, and then that's it.
But I feel like the time is, like what Nathan said, is too small
For the overview,
for the overview.
don't make it too small and unreadable.
Or you could just do the time on the other side. But why do you have hours now?
I don't have hours. It's minutes. God damn it. That's exactly what I mean. You wouldn't be able to tell whether it's hours or minutes. That's why I would say minutes like so. We could do it like this, maybe. I think this can go. All capital. Hey, I like this.
I mean, that's an improvement. And
No.
then I think your pause needs to change too.
My pause needs to change. Yeah.
I think
And then it would say, for example, 0 if you don't have any minutes. It says, I don't know, 45 seconds. Like so. Right? What is it?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I already told you I'm still not sure about like the double up, you know.
Oh, that one.
The more like, it just looks interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a new. It's
okay.
it's a total.
Version 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
I think that looks better.
And it's just the overview, right? So it's fine if it's not too big. The most important part is once you run the exercise, still you see what you're right now doing
Exactly.
in large numbers, how long.
Anyways.
Thank you. I think that's good. Pause can be also capital then. Let's remove that one from here. Let's put it some helps. And pause could actually already have that looks good. Yeah.
Hey, Lou, you're so cute. I just wanna love you.
Should it be like this? Look great, Nathan says. Happy that you like it. Not sure about this. Because it's like a lot of text right now. But you want to know how long you have set the pause to. Would it make sense to say minutes set? Like shorten it again?
No.
Should say minutes and seconds, right?
No. I mean, there's too much stuff going on. I feel like you're gonna do it like the way the bicycle card is, to just replicate it for pause, but without like the whole card thingy, and then have pause, and then under it have the 22-minute 08 sec, like directly under it, so all the text is aligned.
So
There's so many different. It's like this right now.
yeah, so you would want to have pause and the time for pause to be same like bicycle and
I don't know. I don't have time for this. Chat, help him out.
what do you mean you have to? Dima, good morning from Germany.
Hi,
Michaela, yeah, says hi Susie.
okay. Why is my eardrum not working?
Working the same way but just recorded in Swift. Have to read the stock of MP Android chart. It's the same library. Alright. Morning, it's 5:30 a.m. Oh, that's super early. Alright, let's try remove that one. Since we are right down here in experimental mode. To have that rectangle duplicated. And just no shadows, no fill, just the rectangle, not even inner shadows. One, two, three. It's 30, isn't it? I think it is. And then basically, what am I doing? I could have, let's just remove all of that. Duplicated this 40. Pause. This one in white. This one has no shadow whatsoever. It's a little bit large. It's too much spacing in between. And I will start my night at about 6 a.m. and then sleep until 6 p.m. Could it work like this? one doesn't exist anyway. Selects on hold, for example. There's a lot going on, I think. Oops. That's too aggressive. The name of the app, we'll see. Right now it's called the Fitness app. I think we will reveal that in the end, just when we release it in the last stream together. Don't you feel this is so crowded?
Mm-hmm. Who said that?
Me.
Oh, I thought someone was telling you. It's fine. I think you should just continue on because you can always refine the design later on.
Yes, it's true.
People are here for the code.
Are they? I thought they're here for
You? No.
everything that includes the creation of an app.
In fact, I feel like your webcam is a little too big. It's taking up like... I'm just kidding. Because of what we watched earlier.
Yeah,
No one needs to see that.
it takes 75% of the screen. No one's here to watch me.
No. You just put Toki as a placeholder.
Stop it. I think we will just go with that then. Hey Martin, Jake, hey, welcome to the stream. That's okay, me too. I'm making an expense tracker app for my almost 24-hour hackathon. All right, Michaela, your hackathon is running, right? It's right now ongoing. And Jake, welcome to the stream. We're just right now redesigning how the cell should look like for the exercise, since it's not quite serving its purpose here to display the data nicely. It's fine for this one, but here we want to do better. Maybe we can decrease it even further and just make it bold. No. trying to think of a way. I think this should be it. I think this should be the way then. Let's just go for that design. As Susie said, we can always refine later. This is working. It's serving the purpose. So we have the exercise, we have the pause, and the time displayed. If it's less than a minute and just showing, say, seconds, and then the second pause actually is 1 minute, because I don't know whether someone decides, oh, I want 45-second pause and then 1 minute, it kind of is inconsistent. You see the looks of it? That's why I wanted to keep a thought of keeping even 0 minutes. Alrighty. Let's go for that, for the bicycle first. That's the redesign. Let's also put, where's our ad? Oh, it's down here. Onto this one. And export it. And update our create exercise list screen. Because this one is the current one. It looks so clean, but it's also so limited in its, yeah. Goodbye. Welcome to the game. Yep, I started a little early. I have work Monday. I can't spend my whole Sunday coding. Oh, that's a pity. But I think you will make. I'm curious about how far you will come. It's fun already, right? You're already in. Oh no! Wait a second. You're starting on Sunday, so that's why you're early. It's late morning in the Sunday. I see. After all, fun and joy is all that matters, and you will learn stuff. Either way, exercise sale. So the cool thing about it is we will just change how the sale looks like. The data is already in place and will stay. We don't have to change anything else. We just have to work in the sale itself, and that's gonna be. I think what we did here was we did a stack view. Here, however, we can do the same. Or not. Yeah, we don't need it. Let's put it over here. Let's go, let's code this design. This design right here. Okay. That means we have our title label. And maybe, because this is similar to this, except that the size are different. Maybe we want to be able to specify the sizes on init, and we have a default sizing size Label size, CG float, and actually we can say int, and postfix size. Gonna be int. And we want default values. If we look at the values you have 32 and 16, that's default. 32 and 16, and the reason why we want to do that, because we use that for the workout, we don't want to break that. That also means on setting up stuff, we want to say self label font is, that one is bold and not bold, right? Bold, both is bold, great. So bold, system, CG float, label size, and postfix label. So that is still working, should still work for our workout. Should not break anything here. Still looks the same. Great. We can remove that and that. We will have, this is super small, so maybe, also did I unbolded this one? I think so. Are we keeping it bold or not bold? Oh, we can keep it bold actually. Then everything on this thing is bold, and everything in here is not bold. Creating another layer of distinction.
No.
5, 15. It's a little bit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say like this. I think I'll go to sleep. Bye Martin, bye the table view cells, and by all the people watching. It was cool to be here this morning. Nathan, good night. Have a good sleep. I mean, you pulled off an all-nighter. I really appreciated you. You just joined anyway after 1 hour of sleep. Just to talk. I really enjoyed having just an active chat and people, familiar faces to talk to. So, good night. Talk to you. And Javier just joined the chat. So, welcome. I'm interested to see how far 24 hours goes for making an app. Mix says Michaela. Oh yeah, it's this Saturday for me. Oh, right. You're just like 3 hours apart, right? Something like that. Hope we can be super MVP and be released. Still deciding what to use for the backend for storing data. Right. I mean, if it's, you can also use user defaults if it's super simple. If it's just an expense tracking, yeah, it depends on how far you want to go. User default is the simplest one, right? Okay. So we kept this one like that. And now we are able to say we want the, for our, we want the label size to be, say 16 and 16. Like so. Let's see how that looks like. Workout, save, go in here, exercise, save. There we go, super small. Interesting how they are breaking apart in their alignments. So we have because they have a bottom alignment. Oh, they have, I see. God damn it. They have a little bit of an adjustment somewhere there, -4. Which means baseline adjustment is equal to -4, and in case label, in case these sizes, let's just put this one as a global thing. Let's have it here, private bar. This is then the baseline adjustment. CG float. And in case the size is the same, if label size equals to postfix size, only then we want to say baseline adjustment is 0, because then we don't need it if it's the same size. If it's a different size, then we need an adjustment. It differs. I can also say here baseline adjustment actually. Actually it doesn't matter, we could have set float right away. Equals to like so. CG float, so we don't have to cast it when using it. And also say self baseline adjustment equal baseline adjustment. Yep, 3 hours ahead of you. I was thinking use the default to store an array, but I wasn't sure how long that could last. What do you mean last? Because I think user defaults will just stay there until you delete the app. Also hoping to create data to make a graph, the pie chart, but not sure if that will happen. Yeah, sounds like maybe not be necessary to track your expenses in the first place. The chart, if it's given or not, will not break the app. Like it will not be the deal breaker whether or not the app is actually usable, right? You have to add your expenses and kind of have an overview of a calculation of all of them. Let's go. Baseline adjust. There we go. Meant. Typo. Okay, now we have the baseline adjustment here, and it's default to -4. And if we want to say baseline adjustment 0, we can do so. And now we should be good. W for workout and E for exercise. Now we're back to the same line. The chart is the stretch goal for this project. I meant how long it would last because I feel like the array could eventually be gigantic. I've been debating on that too. I would say just go for it. Just go for it, use our defaults, maybe just implement the app, and you don't necessarily have to future-proof it already if it's gonna work out, right? If you want to track a list of title and value in terms of the expenses and then grab it back from the user defaults and calculate the sum of it, then this should totally be sufficient enough, and you can go from there. If you want to later on improve and implement SQLite or any other solutions, you can do that afterwards, but you will at least have already a version working and simple. This is, but I get it. It's always a struggle to find yourself again from a perspective to say, oh, I'm overcomplicating things right now. Let's just, step back and simplify all the things again. So we fixed this one. Now we can say title label. Oh, we also don't need to necessarily say container. Exactly is that. Very true. Thanks for the encouragement. You're very welcome. No worries. All right. The minute label, set up name label. That one to be set up first. Leading is just leading anchor. Basically container view leading anchor with 15 in spacing. Yeah, sounds, oh wait a second, it was 30. Alright, let's use 30 in spacing. And then trailing is gonna be container view trailing, constant is also 30. That sounds good to me. And nope, we want a top. Title label top anchor is constrained to container view top anchor with a constant of maybe 15, maybe 20. And then we can say top, like so. Custom Y, system font. I don't know whether this is gonna be 32, but let's just go for it for now. Minute label is gonna be leading anchor, yes, but top. Minute label has a top anchor constrained to the titles label bottom anchor. With this, let's just go without the spacing for now and see where we are ending up. KISS principle, keep it stupid simple. Yes, exactly. Exactly. MVP and KISS, and just like super simple. Get the things done, ship it, have a first version out, and then improve all the things you want to improve, like step by step. Just have it out, even in the not in the best way implemented. But yeah, you just want to have it out, right? And then get feedback and see. Wait a second, those are all capitals. Are these capital up here? No, they're not. Okay, we have to pass in a type too for this one to display differently based on the type. So much to configure for this one. Postfix size, label size, baseline adjustment. I feel like the variable names are way too long. So let's just say we say enum display case capital case lowercase, and the default is lowercase. And then also is shorthand, do you say, or abbreviated shorthand, bool true. So you can literally say display is gonna be capital and is shorthand is gonna be false. What's wrong? Incorrect argument label where dispali. No. Genau, exactly, dispali. Jake, hey Martin, I think I'm gonna hit the hay. It's past midnight over here. Have a good night and good luck with the remainder of the night. Hey, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out as always, and also thanks for participating in the comment section and helping out. It's always nice to see. I'm also at the finish line sort of. I'm like redesigning the exercise cell and then calling it a day for the stream. And we are gonna continue then tomorrow. Okay, now we have to in here address these. So we have either minute or where is it even? Oh, postfig value. I think I say minutes and seconds, yes. And then I can also say first character of string. I don't know, I don't want that. Subscript 0 to 2, can we actually do that? Say 0 to 2. Integer range C documentation. Start index. Strings and characters. No. How? First, to first start character. Let's say how to get the first or last one. This is something else, I think. Oh, suffix it was. I think it was suffix. Suffix. 2. Right. Character string subsequent. Oh, God damn it. Description. Look at this. Good morning, Martin. I'm super late today. AJ. Hey, whenever someone's leaving, someone else is joining.
It's so cool.
It's Truman Show. Everything is planned out. Simulation theory. Okay, we want to have let's postfix is equal to is shorthand. Oh, we don't have the value here. All right, we're setting the model, and with that, okay, we have to private at is shorthand. Private let display self is shorthand self display. I feel like I'm running myself into something here. Lots of things. Now we can say down here, let's say postfix is shorthand. If so, here's this. Else, just use the raw value. And then also display equals lowercase postfix else postfix. If it's lowercase, then say lowercase uppercase. Basically, we just say else. But. Oh, let's say switch display case lowercase. We say postfix is equal to postfix lowercase case. What's the other case? Capital. And then on down here we just say postfix, like so. Holy macaroni! Sanguine Sanj UI. Hey Martin, recently I started watching your video. Hey, are you talking about the tutorials or the streams? Also, appreciate it. So we say minutes here now. And we say seconds here now. Same goes for this one. Failed fixing this one. For the workout. So W for workout, E for exercise, crash. Label of postfix, and because they have no common ancestor, alright. I have to go to the exercise cell, I think. No, label of postfix, that's interesting. I didn't change anything here, did I? Did I? Show change. Yeah, I just changed that. And removed something here. Label bottom. Height change. Hey Martin! Muhammad, just saw your Instagram post. It's been pretty interesting for me since I've been following you for a long time to see your journey from daily dinner to the States, USA. Yeah, right? It's an adventure. You've come quite a ways. You could, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a, I mean, everyone could just move to the States, I think. The flights are just $250 to fly over from Berlin. It's pretty affordable. And then you just switch the country, so to say, as easy as that. Oh, why anchors? Let's see, we have do we have something wrong somewhere? Label of postfix top. Oh, wait a second. No. This is here. Top anchor. Leading, whatever. We're having an issue somewhere here. Setup name label comes first. Oh yeah, and then we have title label, we have minute label, and we are calling this one later, and that's the issue. That's where the crash comes from. Can't right now, gotta watch out for coronavirus. Oh. Yeah. You mean like you cannot fly somewhere? Yeah, you can get paranoid about that a little bit. Look at this. What is that? It's not even an E. Let's try. Hello. Hey, listen. Safe. Yes, it's cut off. But that's fine. We can fix that. I think what we're doing here is in the cell, are we giving it a certain height or something? That one right here, label fix postfix. I think the issue is the label itself. It has bottom anchor, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't have bottom anchor. The postfix is having bottom. No, wait a second. What am I doing? Label of postfix is that. That's fine. So the container view should have top and trailing, top and bottom, and then the title should be having the top anchor. The setup minute label should be on the title label's bottom. That's fine. And then exactly this thing has to have a bottom to kind of lead the way. So let's remove that. And the second label needs a top 2, which is second label, top anchor, constraints 2, minute label, top anchor. And this is gonna become bottom. There's flights being cancelled everywhere right now. Yeah, not only that, also conferences are being cancelled or are going to be cancelled. Not sure how this will affect this year as well as our conference. Container view bottom. It's weird because I don't know. Maybe we should keep up with the news. Like this. And this one has no constant. Let's see how that one does. Do you think .wtc will be cancelled? I think .wtc might be streamed instead of like having a crowd in one place. Hey, listen. Someone tweeted about it that in about 2 weeks is about the time when they always would announce .wtc, and right now it doesn't seem like in 2 weeks they will announce, hey, we're actually all catching up, hundreds of people in one place. I think Apple are the last company who wants to have an association to have caused a mass infection in coronavirus. So this should be the container view. This should be the top thing. So I wonder why this is not having a height. Oh, it's not having enough space, but that doesn't really make... Oh, because we're limiting the row height too. What if we just not specify the row height? Is it then having a dynamic one? Say estimated height for row. Like so. Will it then grow by itself? I don't know. Let's try out. Oops. Hey, listen. Look at this. It worked. So the reason was probably, if I take a screenshot of that. So we have a screenshot. This is the design. So that was the issue before. You see the cell grew. So right now we have a dynamic cell. This is the cell with a certain height, where 30 on top and 30 on the bottom kind of is not enough for some reason. This one, however, takes its space as it needs it, as we specify it, and I think that's good. We also know this was working. Now let's have a look. What is that? A little bit of spacing is indeed wanted. So we can say minute label top constant 10. Alright, and then also this kind of thing, because what is the spacing here? It says test and ISE. How and why would it say test and ISE? Minutes, seconds, doesn't really make sense. It makes sense for TES, but ISE doesn't make sense. It's like SE, and where's this I coming from? So we want a little bit of spacing for the postfix. when we go in here, leading should have constant of 3, maybe? Let's have a look. I could go, and then also, hey, listen, save. Yeah, I think that's better. Now I want to know why this is having issues. Suffix 3. Model postfix. Minutes, seconds, exercise. That's why. What if we just don't say it? What if we just don't say shorthand? Ever. No shorthand here. We're 2 hours into streaming already, and we are almost done with the redesign of the exercise. Hey, listen. And we also implemented this one, which is great. So exercise, we also have to put this one to white for that state, but it says minutes and seconds, and it says minutes and exercise. Should probably say exercises. But I think that works, right? Shall we say capital there too? If we say 5 here and 7 here. 7 minutes, 5 seconds. Works for me. Let's see if we can say we want this one. Workout, cell, display, capital, like so. Like so. I think that goes better. It's capital, and then we have, hey, listen, save. This is capital 2. The numbers are smaller, but I think it goes minutes, exercises, minutes, seconds. Perfect. Hey, I think it's a good state. Item. Let's push it and end the stream after 2 hours and 30 minutes of streaming. Let's go into projects, the fitness app, and quite some code written. If you look at it. And also design, right? We redesigned quite some things. Took a little. We also accomplished the type, and I think this is okay. It was a quick solution, right? And it works. Keep it simple, stupid. let's push the code. Git add, git commit. You can now select the exercise type, redesigned cell. Let's say exercise. You can now select type, redesigned cell. And that's it. That's it for today. Okay, hey, Mohammed, Michaela, AJ, and everyone else, Sange UI if you're still there, and everyone else, thank you for watching, thanks for joining, and thanks for writing in the comment section and engaging with me. I think we made a little bit of progress here, especially in the create view, and in that view we improved it. It's definitely improved. Has also kind of a cohesive feeling being in two lines for both views. This is smaller than this one, and it works. Hopefully see you in the next streams, and have a good night and good morning, and have fun at the hackathon. Enjoy your weekends. Talk to you everywhere, social media. Bye guys.